everyone. I wanted to go over a couple of the new features that are in Minecraft, and I wanted to start with enchantment. To enchant an item, it's relatively simple. You build an enchantment table, and you can optionally surround it by bookshelves to increase the level of enchants that you can do. You place it inside the enchantment square, and then you click on one of these. The item is enchanted randomly. In this case, I got Efficiency 2 and Unbreaking 2, which means the pick will last longer and will break through things slightly quicker. And didn't swap to the right spot. Actually, that's kind of annoying. Let's start by showing off where the enchanting system works very well. I have a pickaxe here with the Silk Touch enchantment on it. And this gives you essentially a new ability in the game, the ability to pick up blocks that you were not able to previously. You can now mine stone and get stone, which is very nice. You could technically, this one isn't as important as the others because you could always smelt stone. You can also mine diamond ore, redstone ore, lapis ore, coal ore, and I think there are a couple of others. But being able to harvest these blocks is new, and it opens up your creative options a little bit. This is a new ability, and it's something that is noticeable. Let's start with the main problem of the enchanting interface. It's entirely random. I have no idea what any of these do, and no one else does as well. I just simply know how many experience points it will take. This is essentially a slot machine. This is okay for a Vegas casino, but not something that's sort of an extension of the crafting interface. You want to start with a couple sticks of wood and a couple diamonds and create a pickaxe, and then you want that pickaxe to do something different from other pickaxes. You may not need Efficiency 3 and Fortune 4, maybe you just want Silk Touch 1. Or maybe you really want Fortune 2. Normally, the whole point of an interface like this is to allow you to customize something the way you want it, but the randomness of the system conflicts with that. It leads to a lot of disappointment because you don't get what you wanted and you have wasted hundreds of kills in some cases of experience. I mean, I went through 70 diamonds and probably several thousands of monsters worth of kills to get Silk Touch. And the inherent amount of disappointment the system is going to give you is something that negatively impacts gameplay. One thing that I think enchantments should do is they should offer distinct advantages, and they shouldn't be that passive. Protection 3, it increases the protection of the armor, but it's extremely passive and not really visible. This also has Protection 3 on it. This is Projectile Protection 4, which I assume is about the same thing, but for projectile weapons. This has Protection 2. I believe there are some other enchants that are useful in this section, like there's something that increases your water breathing range. I would actually prefer that to be something where, as long as you're wearing that helmet, you can breathe underwater forever. Something that is not only advantageous, but significantly different than your previous experiences. It adds gameplay, it adds elements, it adds new things instead of just stronger things or longer lasting things. I believe there's also a fall damage reduction enchant that can be on boots, but I would prefer that be something like a slow fall variant, so where you actually fall slower. Maybe the max speed that you can go is the same, but the acceleration is halved. That way you can go twice as much distance, and it's visibly, it's something you can feel, not something that just, oh, my durability's low, like this protection enchant is. Alright, let's call that the first main point, that enchants should add more than improve. They can improve as like a secondary function, but they should add a new ability, a new feature, a new something. Now that we've gone over some of the points where I feel the enchanting system falls short, let's go over a few ideas on how to remedy the problem. First, all or almost all of the randomness should be eliminated from the system. You would need extra items to make a certain enchant. Like, let's say for water breathing, I need a fish, maybe some reeds or sugar canes, and a potion or two. Then it lets me spend experience to create the water breathing enchant. And these potions can be hard to craft, or I might need to have some other rare things in here to make it so that the enchant is a little harder to get. Second, the majority of the enchants should be new things, not longer lasting things. Silk Touch is a good start. Looting is okay. The respiration enchant is okay as well, but I'd prefer that it be a little more extreme. Let's think of an enchant off the top of our head. Let's say that we have an enchant called Ice Aspect or whatever on our boots. And that's another thing. You can have the same named enchant do different things based on what piece of weaponry or armor or whatever that it's on. So the same enchant applied to a sword may freeze enemies or whatever, or do extra damage to fire mobs. On a pickaxe, maybe you could just hit lava and it would turn to obsidian. And maybe on boots, if you walk around, you leave trails of snow, and if you try to walk on water, it turns to ice, so you can sort of skate across. I also think the enchanting system should be extended to more than just tools, weapons, and armor. Why can't I put an enchant on my bucket that allows me to put water in the nether? Or put some kind of fire enchant on my TNT so that when it blows up, things in that area also catch on fire. It would also make sense for Silk Touch to pick up items that it currently doesn't. In previous pre-releases, it was able to pick up spawners and ice blocks. I also think there should be some way to pick up cobwebs, whether that be Silk Touch on a pickaxe or Silk Touch on shears or just shears in general. I don't know. But I think you don't want to, as a general rule, minimize players' creativity by taking tools away. For example, cobwebs could be useful in various kinds of mob traps or player traps. Maybe you could use it in a slow fall. I don't know if it's still in there, but at one point there was a bug where it wouldn't reset your fall damage, so you could fall through it really slowly and then splat on the ground right below it, but I think that might be fixed now. There's a huge section of the Minecraft community that loves building intricate mob grinders or traps that involve mob spawners. And I think you want to encourage this kind of Dwarf Fortress level of devious creativity. Ice works pretty much the same way. I would love to see legitimately constructed ice palaces, also possibly ice palaces in the nether that are juxtaposed against all the lava. Ice also has some interesting properties that may be usable in various kinds of traps or little games where you can slide things across them in a where the low friction allows things to slide a lot further. Anyway, enchantment seems to be a really fertile ground for discussion, so I may revisit this at a later date, but for now, I will see you later.